Good morning. Welcome. It's Lagos Talks 91.3. It's a Wednesday. And of course, it's time for Everyday Money Matters, your financial literacy program. But as I always have to say, remember, I said MMM, sorry, EMM is a financial literacy program. And as such, answers to questions should not be considered as financial advice, but merely the opinions of our guests. Kindly consult your financial advisor for your personal or business financial related issues. But yes, if you are concerned with money, if you think about money, if you're always wondering what to do with money, you're in the right place. It's Everyday Money Matters, and we shall be discussing, dissecting all money matters. To be a part of this broadcast today, do call any of these numbers live to, send in your questions, maybe make comments. 0809 191 3913 and 0809 222 0913. Also 0809 234 5913. And today we're doing something really special. If you have access to the internet, then you can go online, preferably go to @Lagos Talks 913. We have a link so that you can join the show live. Yes, you can be a part of this show, join a webinar online right now. In fact, I can see everybody here. Good morning, Ugodre. Good morning, Loretta. How you guys doing?
You sound like you won a lot of money recently.
Well, let's just say investments have been good. It's a nice, bright day. Hey, what can I say? And I can see your face in the morning. How about that?
I see.
Morning, Loretta. Morning, Ugodre. Right.
It's good to know. Good morning, Lagos. How you guys doing?
Should I not be happy? We should be happy now.
Yeah, we are alive and kicking.
Yes, exactly. And as long as you're alive, there's opportunity for investment and good things. Right. Let's just quickly see what's happening in the news. Now, there's a particular story I just want to get some clarity on. It says Forex uncertainty worries businesses as CBN retains 12.5 interest rates. What does that do to the everyday Nigerian?
Well, nothing really. No. I don't know how that made the news anyway. Yeah, maybe there's really nothing to write about. But there was an MPR, that's the Monetary Policy Committee. They had a meeting on Monday. That's the committee that decides monetary policy on behalf of the CBN, on behalf of Nigerians. Right. So they had a meeting and they decided to keep rates the same. So the monetary policy rate, which is the rate at which the CBN lends money to the banks and vice versa, is often thought to be the rate that, that's the benchmark for interest rates. And interest rates have a direct relationship with the exchange rate at the official market, right? So people were expecting that at that meeting, the CBN was going to say something about, maybe the unification of the Naira or something. Yeah, but the CBN doesn't usually discuss things like that at the MPR. So when they want to make decisions regarding FX, it's not at the MPR. All you just see is one nice, sweet-looking newsletter like that, circular. And then they send that circular to banks, and then it leaks, and then that's how we know that something has happened. Yeah, so not at the MPC. I don't recall them doing it at the MPC. So that's it. Yeah, so exchange rate is still the way it is in multiple windows. But the parallel market, it's like it got to like 472, 3 or so.
For the dollar.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's for the.
I thought you were quoting pounds. It's Mama Charlie, because that's usually pound sterling territory. When we talk about 400 and
No. That is for the dollar.
Shy. Anyways, we pray. Let's go straight into the questions for today. And remember, if you are listening, you can be a part of this broadcast live. We are on Zoom right now. All the panelists are there looking lovely, except Ugodre. And then go to Twitter And you can see the link right there to be a part of this. You can ask your questions directly. We can show you things. It's actually wonderful. But first, let's start with the questions that we have already. This says, hello, Nairametrics. Is cryptocurrency a good way to invest my money in Nigeria, especially because a lot of investments in Nigeria are low yielding? Is crypto the way to go?
Well, cryptocurrency.
Okay. Yeah, go on, Loretta.
Cryptocurrencies are great, but they are very risky. So the first thing you need to understand is that since these investment assets are highly speculative, you need to know what you're venturing into. So are you trying to prevent so if you are looking for high yielding, yes, cryptocurrencies could be high yielding. However, they're risky, they're volatile. So you can't lose all your money, you could get your money.
Wow. Yeah. So basically very volatile, very risky. But how exactly does it work? Like if I put my money in cryptocurrency, if I decided, you know what, I'm not doing it again, how do I get it back? Would I have to sell? What's that process like?
Same process, but I have never invested in cryptocurrencies. So
okay. That's actually all the advice I need right there.
No, but you can sell, though. You can sell.
Yeah.
It's like stock. So I mean,
but
the
risky.
same way you buy, the same way you sell. All investments are risky, Sadiq. Is there any investment that's not risky?
Well, rent a bush, no risk at all.
There's a whole lot of risk. The bulls might be on track.
No. Our bulls are highly trained. It takes 4 years of training, 6 years of a reprogramming program, and then you can be a bull. Yes, it's not easy. It's not easy. Right. Next question says, "Hi Nairametrics. Do you think investing in property is a smart investment in this day and age?" I mean,
investment in property is always a smart investment. So I think it's ageless in terms of investing. So I think that it's good. So if you have the funds to go around for that kind of investment, I think you should go ahead and do it. Yeah. So
if you can afford it.
If you can afford it, it's not a bad kind of investment. Always good to have real estate investment in your portfolio, because I remember that real estate investments often go against the effects of inflation. So during inflation, right, Naira investments tend to get affected, but real estate usually they have a way of going past inflation and remaining stable. The only downside of real estate is the rental yield. So the yield, that's the income you get from rent on real estate, most times is not double digit. If you're really lucky, you can see a rental income of 10%. Now that is against the market value of the house. So for example, one way you have an idea of what the market value of a real estate property is if you are in Lekki, for example, and there's a house that is worth, let's say, 100 million. Right. Most times you notice that the rent is maybe 4.5 million max,
as opposed to maybe 10.
Yeah, exactly. So what that means is that the rental yield
is pretty low.
4.5%. So, but for some people, maybe they bought that house several years ago at, say, 40 million. Right.
Okay.
If you now do the 4.5 million divided by 40 million, right, then it's 11%. But you don't do the math like that. You have to say what is the market value of that house currently today. That's because I mean, if you bought it at 40 million and the market value is 600 million, if you sell, you make 60 million. Yeah. Right. But if you don't sell, it's capital that you can't unlock. It's just there.
It's just there.
But you can't touch it. Yeah. So that's the thing, real estate. The yield is usually quite low, but it's stable. You're assured of that revenue. So people like it. And then you can use the house as well as a mortgage or as a collateral for something else. So, I mean, there's a lot of value you can have in it. So, yes, it's still a smart investment. It's been smart for over
a long time. It's just not going to bring you massive returns, but it is stable and it is secure and safe.
Yeah, and it's one of the oldest forms of investments out there. been there with us for centuries, for thousands.
I can argue that, but on a different show. Right, so let's move on to another question. Is setting up a business better or a better investment than in financial instruments and saving with the current economic situation? So what's better? Investing in a business or investing in financial instruments?
I don't think there's a direct way to answer that question.
Yeah, it's an individual thing, right?
There are businesses right now that are better because of it, because of COVID-19, like, Zoom. And then there are businesses, most businesses. The reason the government is offering aids is because businesses are failing. People are out of jobs. So on both ends, things are not exactly great. But if you have a business idea that would beat the current market situations, that would help, because financial instruments right now, as we know, a lot of them are down. However, in the same vein, there are financial instruments that are not doing so badly either. So there are opportunities either way. And besides, when you say you're setting up a business, investing in any case is investing or getting a stake in somebody else's business anyway. So it's still the same loop.
Okay, makes sense. So let's move on to another one very, very quickly. As we're fast running, I don't know how time just disappears.
But that was a very smart question, though.
Yeah. Very, very smart. But I guess it's based on your own interest and what you can do, because one person, can invest or start a business that would obviously bring in so much more than any financial instruments, right? So it really depends on individual, right?
Correct.
Okay. Right, let's move on to this one. Very simple question. It says, hi, Ugodre, how can I invest in dollar mutual funds? And I think we mentioned something about this last week, right?
Yeah, we did that already. Not just last week, several times. But we never get tired of responding to your questions. So we would always respond to your questions, no matter how repetitive it is. You can invest in dollar mutual funds pretty easily. There are several of them out there. I think we give out some. We listed out some that you can invest in. You can also go to Nairametrics website, and then you see a list of mutual funds that we like. I can see Sadiq is carrying a pen and a paper.
Yeah.
Nah, not today. Not already. Not already.
Fine.
Out there. Reach out to the Nairametrics team. You can tweet at us or WhatsApp or Telegram, and then we'll give you those names. Because when we give you those names, Sadiq and his people are gonna invoice me, right, for advertising. And then that means he's gonna make money off me.
Exactly. That's why I'm kind of pushing you, but no, it's all right. We wouldn't do that. But investing in dollar mutual funds, a good idea now. You're hedging against inflation. You might not be getting the returns that you would get if it was Naira, but it's still something that's worth getting into, right?
Oh yes. It's a great kind of investment. Great one. So, especially, remember, we always preach diversifying your portfolio.
Yes.
So, interesting thing is that we've got a number of questions that tend to different portfolios. So somebody asks a question around real estate. That is another kind of portfolio. Somebody asks a question around investing in his own business. That is a portfolio as well. And then investing in money markets or financial instruments. That is another kind of investment. And then dollar mutual fund. That in itself is another kind of investment. So yes, I think it's good to have them. There's also foreign stocks as well, dollar denominated stocks. So that's another kind of investment. And I think Nigerians are getting increasingly savvy, and they're saying, look, you can't sort of like pin all your hopes on the Naira because you really don't know where this is heading to. So you want to have a portfolio that is sort of diversified, so that whenever you decide to retire or stop working, or if you're saving towards a project, that money is not eaten away by the dark forces of inflation and exchange rate devaluation. Yeah, they are dark forces.
Oh, yes, I agree. Anything that's taking your money is a dark force. Yes, especially wives. Right, another question here is, this is interesting. He says, is it advisable to take a private student loan from Nigeria to finance my master's abroad? Yeah.
Well, usually people that take student loans typically take student loans from the countries
that they're in. Yeah.
This is the first time I'm hearing
Yeah.
this.
Someone wanting to take, an issue from Nigeria for foreign currency. I don't know. I mean, I'm not like a financial expert, but I see like there are problems with that already. I mean, what if the currency goes up? What's going to happen with that? With paying back. And are you paying back? Are you going to get the money in dollars or pounds, or are you going to get it in Naira, then convert?
Yeah, you're going to get to Naira and convert. That's the implication. And so it goes against you paying. You could pay double because our exchange rates was much lower than. There's a big problem with that.
Yeah, so not a wise move, not something you would advise people to do.
What do you think?
I agree with you 100%. Like, I don't know how. I mean, you're just going to take a loan here to finance, your project abroad. But come to think about it, a few people do it. Yeah, even though it's not something that you can say is entirely pronounced, but people do it. So what they do basically is that you take a loan here, right, and then maybe you go and do a master's for like a year, and then you travel, and then you do your master's, and then you're back here. So typically you take the loan here. So here's how it works. You take the loan here at say you take a 5 million naira loan or 10 million naira loan, for example.
Okay.
At 20% or something. So you go abroad, start working, to start schooling, and then you look for a job that you're going to be doing there as well. So and then from the income you get from your job there, you pay down your loan here, right? So but doing that means you gotta have a family over there who is feeding you, who is housing you, because most of the income you get there actually goes into rent. Most of the income goes into
and
rent,
utilities.
And utilities, exactly. Yeah. And then transportation, like that. That's how it goes, and then food. So if you have somebody that is taking care of all that, right, then you know that your income is just going to be taking care of your transportation only. Right, and then you pay down your loan. So, but it's a very risky venture. So it's often better to get the loan over there. But you can't get a loan over there if you have that green card.
It has to be blue. That's the problem. It has to be red or blue.
Yeah, so if you have blue, you better take the loan there.
If it's blue,
but if
it's
good
green,
and you want to do it here, I mean, we wouldn't advise that. Actually, we wouldn't advise that you go that route. Yeah, we wouldn't.
Right. Another interesting one here. It says, hi, Ugodre, how can I identify a Ponzi scheme from a legit investment opportunity? Really? I mean, anything that's too good to be true. Yeah, Charles. Yes. Learning some important things from Everyday Money Matters.
How can you what?
Tell, a Ponzi scheme from a legit investment.
When someone like Sadiq comes and tells you, give me 50,000, I will give you 1 million in 3 months. Run, know that there's Ponzi all over it.
Really?
Right.
Really?
Yes. When he comes and tells you that's how Ponzi's are. They come and tell you, oh, just bring 50,000. We will give you 150,000 in 1 month. And you ask them, what is the business? They'll call one sophisticated thing that doesn't exist. I'll tell you that is the business. That don't worry to come. And then they also tell you, bring your friends. Know that there's trouble. Yes. Bring your friends. So make sure you bring your... They are not marketing the product to you. They are marketing your friends. Bring your friends and family and everybody. Tell them, go and preach that this money is real. That you can triple your money. Then you know that there's trouble.
Anything that's saying that they're giving you above, in fact, maybe you should give a percentage. Anything that they're saying is above 40% or 35%.
No, well, I don't know whether to put a percentage to it, but they just have a pattern. So Ponzi scheme patterns basically is sometimes not even return. It's more like, because when they say return, right, they confuse the kind of people they like to go after, because they like to go after really quality people. Okay. So they go after people that, just like to hear double, triple. So if you bring 50,000, we'll give you 150, or we'll give you 120, in 3 months. So it's very easy for people to comprehend with that. So all you know is that you just come back in 2 or 3 months, and you know that money is there. And then they pay, and when they pay you, you go and preach the gospel of Ponzi.
To all your friends and family.
But to be honest, I know a lot of people that have made money from this kind of stuff, right?
Really?
And a lot more people that have lost. So, Ponzi schemes usually work for those who go in early.
The first set of people, and then the bubble bursts.
Exactly, and that depends on whether the Ponzi scheme itself catches fire, right? That means like it's really done very well. Yeah. Looks like we're getting questions from participants. You want to take some of them?
Yes. I hope I can read. Let me test my eyes. I don't want to bring out the goggles. But it says, permit me to ask about a particular business. Do you have any insights on... Yeah, you can see the name there. And if so, what are your thoughts, Google? So they're asking about a particular business. And that is from DC...
I'm trying to look for the question. Okay. About a particular business, do you have any interest on why? Look, I don't know. Forex trading, you can do it, but I mean, I don't do Forex trading, so most times I don't advise on Forex trading. But is it a legitimate trade? Yes, it is. It's a legitimate trade, but it's a risky one, just like any other like cryptocurrency. So you can do it, but the thing is that with Forex trade, they seem to advertise a whole lot. Like, they're always in your face, like in your LinkedIn or your WhatsApp, like everywhere. So that kind of gets me really fuzzy. You know what I mean? I'm like, why? Like,
them.
Yeah, you're kind of pushing it too hard.
Loretta, you're saying?
That's also because the more traders they have, the more money the guys who are doing Forex
so okay.
They make their money from the commissions
people
that you get from the turnover and all that. So
because I've always wondered that, if something was working so well for someone this way, why would you want to tell everybody else about it?
No,
that's the thing.
Yeah, Loretta?
There's a new kind of Forex trading where that kind of works like network marketing. I don't know how, but it follows the same pattern of network marketing. So in Forex trading, or before you learn how to do technical analysis, then you get the app, and then they are week online.
Yeah.
Now, some kind of, I don't know how it works, but you pay an amount, just like network marketing. You bring in people, so they'll tell you make money from bringing in people and advancing in whatever ladder they have, and you also make money from. That's why the adverts have increased over time.
Yeah, I don't know. Anytime I hear that, bring people, I get worried. Every time I hear it, I'm just like, hey, it must be one of Ponzi. Anyways, fast running out of time. Let me take.
There are still more questions though.
Yes,
who else here?
I just saw one now. Yes, this is interesting. It's from Bolahon. And Bolahon is saying, hi guys, I stayed in London and I have millions of naira in Nigeria. Ugo,
oh my God.
Is it wise for me to change all my money into dollars since the naira is on a devaluing trend? What should he do? He has millions in Nigeria, and he's over there. Should he just convert everything and send it to my account? I mean, send it to his account.
A good question. Well, it all depends on whether you need naira here. So you can be abroad and still need some naira here. So if you need naira here, right, then you want to keep some of your money in naira. But if you're abroad and you really don't need naira, you can leave it in. You can do your conversion. And for some people, they like to convert because if they do need naira, then they can convert back to naira. That way, the currency is hedged. And it just makes common sense because between the naira and dollar, there's only one currency that remains one. That's dollar. So there's another one that changes all the time. Yeah, that's naira. So you ask yourself, where do you want to be? Do you want to be with the one that remains as one, or the one that remains as double or triple or quadruple that keeps changing? So that should decide where you want to be. So I mean, I don't know. So it depends on you. Like I said, you want to have naira assets, fine, that's fine. Naira, keep some naira. You want to keep some dollars as well. So, but when you say all in naira, well, interesting. This is from I don't see a name. It's from Vig,
And he says, I trade in Forex, but I make 5% on my investments monthly, and it's very safe. I'd like for you to explain how.
Congratulations. That's good.
I want more.
Good. 5% monthly is good. Congratulations.
I mean, I need more information, and that's not enough. Right. This is from Marvis, and saying, how much is the minimum, or how much minimum do you advise to start investing in dollar-denominated bonds?
You know that you don't want to start with the Sadiq kind of minimum, right? So Sadiq kind of minimum is like $100. So don't do that. Don't do that.
Right.
Don't do that.
You have to start from somewhere. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you have to start from, where you want to be, which is like $5,000 and above.
Oh,
right,
wow.
for it to start to make some sense for you, right? Oftentimes, I would say $10,000, but let's even do $5,000. But if you don't have $5,000, then you can start $1,000. Most mutual fund people will take $1,000 from you happily. But yeah, so you can start with $1,000 and then start to build it. So every month, if your salaries can take it or your income can take it, keep aside $1,000. And then put it into that mutual fund. Remember, you ask yourself, do you want to be with the one or do you want to be with the multiple? So that's your decide. So between $1,000 and $5,000, depending on your income cadre. So $1,000 these days is 400,000 naira, 450, 470 if you're buying on the black market, right? At least 400,000 naira either way. So it's not a lot of Nigerians don't earn that much. So it's tough. Sorry?
I said it's a fair place to start. I mean,
it's not. And then there might be some dollar mutual funds that can do $500. There might be some. So because mutual funds really take as little as they can. That's why they are there. So they pull funds. So they can take as much. So, but ours is just how much really does make sense for you, right? So because dollar mutual funds pay like 7-8% or something like that. So
okay.
It's not like the
1,000 is like the lowest threshold that they will accept, but you're advising at least from 5,000 and above.
Yeah, to make. I mean, if for you to start to make some kind of
for the profit.
But in terms of saving, right? Saving $1,000, $500, it's fine. But investments. Because investment is like you're looking forward to some kind of return, then you're looking at $5,000 and above.
Yeah.
And also, so you your money to, the commissions.
What do you say? Save the money to...
So you don't lose your money to the company. You have to pay.
Commissions.
So you lose your money to that. Yeah. You're investing in dollars directly.
Okay. Well, that's all we have time for. Thank you, Loretta. Thank you, Ugodre. And thank you to everyone who joined us on Zoom for this wonderful webinar. So, final things to say to the people of Lagos, Ugodre and Loretta.
All right. Thank you for listening. As usual, always tune in Wednesdays, 7:30 to 8 a.m. That's when we do this Everyday Money Matters. If you got questions, send them in to the Nairametrics team, and I will take them on the show. Loretta is also here with us as well, and she would also join and take on questions for you. That's what we do every day. We've been doing this for years already. So, and without commission, remember us in your ministry.
Amen. Thank you so much, Ugodre. Thank you so much, Loretta. Thank you, everyone who tuned in live on radio and, of course, on Zoom. That's been amazing. We'll be back again next week, another episode of Everyday Money Matters. You can send your questions in, but send it to @Nairametrics so we'll be able to deal with it. Or join the live webinar next week and ask your questions on air. Technology, it's a beautiful thing. Cheers, Ugodre. Cheers, Loretta. See you guys soon. Right, that is it for Everyday Money Matters. Thank you so much for listening. We're about to step into the most exciting sports show anywhere. The Sports Zone is coming up next.